That team from DC, we back again. We're gonna talk about our initial reaction to the sale with Josh Harris potentially being our new owner as soon as they get the 24 votes. And we're gonna talk about the top three priorities for him to do once he gets in.
Welcome to the highly anticipated season 1 of That Team from DC with Caleb and Khadar, presented by Red Zone in the Lab podcast. We in the city and we chopping it up about the Commanders and all DC sports. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Red Zone in the Lab and visit our website to subscribe to all our podcast platforms at www.redzoneinthelab.com. And gang, and let's get it.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Caleb. You know, that team from DC. Man, the team just got sold, man. I'm so happy. There's still some more steps to do. I'm so happy, though. They finally got everything is signed, finalized, dotted line, everything. So technically, Dan Snyder isn't the owner of the Commanders. Josh Harris, technically, now is our owner, along with Magic, Mitchell Rails, and you got other business partners are going to be included into this group. But yeah, no, I'm happy about the sale, man. If you told me last year that Caleb, the team will get sold, I'll call you crazy. I'll probably call you an idiot, but here we are. The team is sold, man, and it's been a long time for a lot of the OG fans, so to speak. They thought they wouldn't see this day. And I was at work too when it went down. One of my good boys tagged me on Twitter. I'm like, what? Let me go ahead and see a credible source. Now I saw Ian, so Adam Schefter, ESPN, even the NFL app announced it. And when I went to work, I was at work that day. Even CNN put something out there. So this is big, especially for the city. It's big, and it's a breath of fresh air for everybody. But, they still got to get voted in, which I'm confident they'll get voted in. They want Snyder out. Josh Harris going to get those votes. But along with Josh Harris, there's some critical steps that he needs to make coming in as this owner. First thing, in my opinion, we got to be realistic with what we want. And I'm not going to talk about no name change. So if you talking about a name change, or if you want me to talk about that ain't happening. It ain't happening. It could possibly happen. For me, it's like a 10% chance that they're going to change this name. You just got to rock with it at this point. Sorry, not sorry. You're just going to have to rock with it, bro. But first step that Josh Harris got to do, fan experience. You got to bring fans. You got to bring the fans back. You got to incorporate a new generation of fans. You try to get the old fans back, the older generation. You got to get that. You got to get a new group of fan base, young, old. Find some type of way to get some fresh breath of fresh air in the stadium, in that front office, in the facilities. You got to upgrade that, especially at game days. You want to make it welcoming, not only to your home fans, but to the away fans too. You gotta give everybody a great experience if you gonna come play in DC or in the DMV. You got to have a great experience, in my opinion. I don't want to hear none of that. Oh, the stadium got leaks and cracks. That ain't happening no more. So the people that used to make fun of us for it, that ain't happening no more. Y'all can't make any jokes about that no more. That's going to get fixed. Josh Harris fixing that, baby.
It won't be long. Along with the revamped website, Red Zone and the Lab podcast store will be up soon. Please visit rzinthelab.com and subscribe to emails so you can be notified when it's live and receive a special discount.
Upgraded facilities, practice facilities, no matter what facility it is, weightlifting, nutritional side of everything. You want to be able to upgrade your facilities and put the best quality product out there, not only for your players, but for the coaches, down to everybody, down to the janitors. You want to make sure everybody is pleased, and you want to make sure you have certain steps and certain things that you put in your criteria to make it consistent, and you put out a consistent product. Um, you want to also need to we need to upgrade FedEx. A lot of people are saying FedEx 2.0. Well, we're gonna talk about that later. But Josh Harris did admit that he's gonna update FedEx and add some different facilities to it as far as just the stadium itself. He's just gonna upgrade it. He's gonna upgrade it. He probably won't put too much into it because you gotta pay for a stadium soon. And then that goes to my third final thing: stadium decisions. You got to figure out where you want this team at. And you want it in Northern Virginia, you want it in DC, or you want it in Maryland. You're going to have to make a decision. For me, in this specific order, I would like to see this, just for me. RFK is number one for me. That way you bring back some nostalgia and you bring back something historic with the team. And you could possibly bring some old fans back as well. If you tell this fan base that, we're going to be playing at RFK again, man, people going to come. People going to come. They're going to come to games. I'm also looking at probably the National Harbor. That area, you're right on the borderline of Virginia and Maryland, and just right near the bridge. You can make a lot of money over there. I mean, either way, this team is going to boost in revenue because now Dan Snyder is gone. People finally want to contribute and help the team and give them the best resources that they need for them to be successful. The DMV area wants to help this team, I believe. They want to put this team back where it should have been. And they're willing to do that when Dan Snyder, is gone. And now he's gone. And third spot, FedEx 2.0, tear it down. You could probably upgrade it. Some people say upgrade FedEx and make it into a dome. Some people just say strip it down, tear it down, and you just build something right there in Landover. You build a new stadium right where FedEx used to be. You're near a metro. The traffic is going to be crazy regardless, but you just have a nice facility there in a dome stadium. That way you can have concerts, you can have indoor football games. You can make extra money besides football. And who knows, you could possibly host the Olympics. You may never know, man. You may never know. And possibly host the Super Bowl. It will also help bring revenue into the city too. When you get a great stadium. And no matter when it comes, it's going to come. We're going to get a new stadium. I know people wanted it in like 5 years. It may take a little bit longer than that for what Josh Harris has to do. He's going to do everything intricately. He's going to put details in everything that he's going to do for this team. He knows what to do, and he's going to put us, I think it's going to put us in the best position to succeed. We can't go anywhere but up for this team. We've already been down, and we're going up, ladies and gentlemen. You tell the NFL, we back up, baby. We back up. Left hand up, y'all. Go Commanders.
This is Hog Farmer Jeff of the Hog Farmers. And before you listen to that team from DC with Caleb and Khadar, presented by the Red Zone in the Lab, please check out our website at hogfarmerscharity.org. We are starting a Gaming Go-Karts for Children's Hospital campaign with a goal of $7,000 because kids deserve a chance to be kids. The Hog Farmers would like to purchase 2 gaming carts for 2 children's hospitals. Being in the hospital can be scary and isolating. Video games bring joy and are a source of relief. Please help restore a sense of normalcy for children during their hospital stays. We're helping kids by improving the patient's experience. It's a great way to socialize. 65% of gamers play with friends. It provides a sense of adventure, and sometimes healthcare staff even use it to assist with treatments. The cart is made up of hospital-grade construction and materials, 24-inch monitor with speakers, and secured storage bin and components. And please show some love by subscribing to the podcast on YouTube and visit www.redzoneinthelab.com. And as always, hail to the Commanders.
That team from DC, what's happening, man? Real excited about the ownership news with Josh Harris, Magic Johnson, and our new Commander owners coming into DC. It's up for us now, man. Everybody has been asking, when is this going to happen? And now bright days are ahead with our organization, man. So we're going to talk about three things that the Washington Commanders and this ownership group now have to kind of address and figure out. The first thing is they got to be able to address the media and be available for the fans. With the previous culture with Dan Snyder, it's been very difficult for him to address all the things that were going on with our culture. And he literally didn't make himself available for the media or even the people outside of football trying to get a hold of him. So with Josh Harris and Magic Johnson, there are a ton of questions, and people are trying to figure out what the vibe of the team is and what they're really trying to get forward and, do. So being available for the fans is going to be huge, and they're going to address the media, and what they say is going to be very interesting and telling to see what they have in store for us and what their plans are. We obviously want them to build a winning culture. So that's the next thing, establishing identity and what a winning culture is to them. Obviously, we haven't won much with Dan Snyder as an NFL owner, and we have a rich history prior to Dan Snyder. So I'm excited to see what the future is with Josh Harris and this ownership group. Magic Johnson has won everywhere he's been. He's won in MLS. He's won in the NBA. He's won in the WNBA. He's won in MLB. So to see what he can do in the NFL is really exciting, and to have a winning identity, a winning culture with the guys that are representing us, it's very encouraging, and that's something that young fans can get excited for. Obviously, it's hard to build younger fans and build your following when you don't put a winning product out on the field. So figuring out who his guys are, Josh Harris, whether he wants to continue with Mayhew and Ron, or if he wants to start from scratch and get new guys in the building, I feel like we got to be supportive of what he wants to do, and we got to be patient. And then finally, the third thing he's got to figure out is, where are we going to watch football? Where's the stadium going to be? With the previous regime, the previous ownership, it was really hard to work with Dan just because he was somebody that people didn't want to do business with. There wasn't any leverage for him to earn money or to obtain money from different places such as DC, Maryland, or Virginia. And now it's going to be a bidding war with Josh Harris. Everybody's going to want a piece with the Washington Commanders. It's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do with where they put the stadium. Obviously, you've seen that our stadium, FedEx Field, is just not up to par with some of the newer stadiums that are in the league right now. So to figure out where it's going to be, that's going to be huge. And to build an experience for the fans worth seeing and worth enjoying for the future, and to represent his winning culture, our house has got to be nice. And I'm excited to see what they decide to do. I hope they put it at the RFK site that we've won Super Bowls in the past. So I'd like to see them tear it down, put it there. But regardless, I'd like to see it somewhere metro accessible for all the fans in the DMV to attend and, watch the Commanders football. So I want to see what happens next. Very excited about the news, and, just it's up from here, man. There's nothing more to say. Peace and love.
Now keep it 100. That wasn't so bad now, was it? Spread the word. Because like Dion say, we coming. Thanks for listening to the Team from DC podcast. We truly appreciate your time. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at redzoneinthelab.com. And also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You can download our podcast at your usual podcast platforms. Also visit RedZoneInTheLab.com. See you next time. Gang, gang. Holla at your boy.